Okay, it is Crypto Faceless. I remain faceless. I remain nameless. Back at it again, guys. Your favorite crypto vlog. Go ahead, give me a like on the way in. You know, help the algorithm. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead, subscribe. That's even better because I'm dropping gems on the channel, dropping alpha for everybody for free. Go ahead, give me subscribe. Today I got an X1 update, Zen update. We got Jax joining us spaces, little space call, live stream, whatever you want to call it. And it was actually lovely. A lot of nice questions were asked, and we got a lot of valuable information about X1, when it's coming out, how it's coming out, what it's going to be about. Stay tuned. All right, let's go into the wider market as usual. We got BTC sitting at 43,200 last time I checked, which is pretty much in the same range we've been talking about for the longest, right? We haven't broken out of that range. I was expecting a breakout of to 44K and then up to the 49K level, but of course we haven't seen that as of yet. But I did say the longer we stay in this little channel, we stay in this little range, is gonna give time for the alts to run. I'm telling you right now. I've been saying it for weeks now, guys. I've been in several bull runs. This is my third bull run, guys. I'm telling you, whenever BTC is ranging and staying within a range in a bull run, keyword in a bull run, then you're gonna see the alts go. That's just the way it is. It's always like that. So that's why I've been stacking up my bags, guys. We have a looming alt season. All right, we have a looming alt season about to happen anytime. Could be in a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, right? And then you're not gonna see these prices ever again. Not for the next 2 years. You're not gonna see these prices for the next 2 years, guys. This is it. These are the bottom basement prices. You're never gonna see these low prices again until the bull run is over. So if you're crypto right now, you're special. Right? You are special. But guess what? You can't be special forever. Right? You can only be special for, a limited amount of time, and then you're just like everybody else. Right? That's why you really have to take these opportunities to stack your bags when you can. Right? If you're sitting on your hands right now, you're not getting the bags that you want, and you have the dry powder, of course, then not financial advice, but that's not what I'm doing. That's not what I'm doing. I'm packing my bags. Anyway, let's get into to Zen X1. We got Jack Levin, Cypherius Prime, hopping on a spaces with Tree City West. Shout out to him. It's about an hour long. You can check it out on his channel. But today I'm just gonna give you like a the main points that I found, the features, or the things that I think that were the most important out of that 1 hour spaces call, right? So the first thing was Jack pretty much got on a call expecting to speak about the bug that they were trying to fix with X1, right? That's what he was expecting to speak about. But then he opened the floor for questions, and then people just start asking, it's free for all. People just start asking all the right questions. That's why it was such a great spaces, because he really asked all the right questions, or the people really asked all the right questions, right? So at first, Jack started talking about the bug, all right? So let's talk about that for a little bit. So boom, in a nutshell, basically, Zen was put out on 12 different blockchains, right? And the idea was that, we're going to put this out on every single blockchain, and we're going to see which chain holds up the best as far as scalability, as far as speed, execution, all that, right? Turns out Phantom was the best one, right? At first, I think Jack was trying to do it on Polygon, I believe, at first, but that changed by last summer. And Phantom just really was the best blockchain, right? It just held up, Zen the best on the blockchain. So Jack went with that. So they forked, Phantom for the blockchain for X1. But the thing was, Phantom basically runs on 50 validators, or has been running on about just like 50 validators, right? The problem is X1 actually got like 200 validators within a 2-week period, right? Got 200 validators within a 2-week period. And Jack actually expects it to have like way more than that, right? He expects, X1 to actually be in the thousands, tens of thousands of validators, when it's all said and done. But so they're stress testing the network and doing all their tests, and they've got like, a surplus, like a big like rush of validators in a short amount of time, and that kind of broke the system a little bit. So they had to deal with that the past few days, and the blockchain actually went down. But then they ended up fixing the bug, everything's fine. They fixed the bug, everything's great. The blockchain is back up and running. But yeah, that's just one thing he wanted to explain. But then he opened up the floor for questions. So people started asking questions, and people were asking the questions that we all wanted to hear, which was great. All right. So yeah. So basically, the first question someone asked was about the X1 distribution, which is very interesting. So basically, people wanted to know, we got X1 coming out, right? How are you going to be, distributing it? And he basically already explained that. But basically, he gave him an example. Actually, he asked him, if I burned, let's say, 10 million or 10 billion, 10 billion Zen like a year ago, is that going to be the same thing as, burning 10 billion Zen right now? Because obviously, we know the price went down. Price is like 10 billion Zen a year ago, or 6, 7, 8 months, 9 months ago. It's not the same as Zen right now. So, it would actually be better if we could consider the time when you actually burnt your Zen, when it comes to the X1 allocation, right? And Jack said, you know what, that is fair. You know what I'm saying? And we're trying to be as fair as possible. So he said, we are going to try our best to consider the time that you actually burnt your Zen for whatever project allocation that you put it into. Because that's a big thing. 10 billion Zen was not worth what it is right now, right? If you did it a year ago or 6, 7, 8, 9 months ago. So that's very bullish. All right, that's bullish, especially for me, because I've been burning my Zen, different projects, especially at the beginning. So Zen was worth a lot more back then. So anyway, that's bullish for me. I know that's going to be bullish for a lot of other people as well. So I hope that he actually implements that, the time aspect of it, right? Boom. All right. So another question, probably the most important question of all, somebody asked, was like, listen, what is your target date for X1? Right? What is your target date for X1? When is X1 coming out? That's the question of the hour. Everybody want to know that. When is X1 coming out? We've been waiting forever. We've basically been waiting because we know when X1 comes out, we know what it's going to do for the price of Zen. We know that when it comes out, Zen is going to, we're going to get X's, baby. It's going to get X's. Let's just leave it at that. We're going to get X's. But the problem is, when is it going to come out? So we asked him, or the person asked him, and then Jack said, it's still Q1. It's still Q1. Like I said before, Q1 2024 is still Q1, right? So we're in Q1 right now. So Jack is sticking to his guns, right? He's saying Q1, right? If you know, Q1 is January, February, March, right? We already finished January. Now we're in February, and then next month is March. So if you ask me, it's probably coming in March. That's my guess, because obviously they're still, working out the kinks, trying to kill all these bugs and make sure that, the chain is up and running properly and fix everything right now. So I will give them the month of February, but probably I want to say come out in March, right? That's what I'm thinking. And he actually means it when he says Q1, because actually later on in the spaces, he was talking about the validator nodes, and he said, and I quote, he said, we could get a couple thousand validators in 2 months when it goes live. Repeat again, in 2 months when it goes live. This is later on in the spaces call, and he was like, we're probably gonna have like a lot more validators, about 2,000 validators in the next couple months when we go live. So my point is that he's not playing when he says Q1. Like, he actually means it this time. Jack actually means it this time. Like, when he says Q1, it's coming out Q1. Okay, he's not playing with the date. He's not just telling you that so you can calm down, simmer down. No, he's not trying to get you to simmer down. Okay, he's about to come out with X1 Q1. It's probably this month or next month. If I had to bet, I would say next month. Okay, I would say next month, March. Expect X1 to come out. All right, very important. He did stress that it's going to come out and it's going to be fair. And when it comes out, you don't actually have to, worry about a specific time period or whatever. He was like, adamant about it's not going to be like a pump and dump, like you have 5 days or 10 days or a certain amount of days to actually, get the XN distribution or allocation. It's going to be open. Like, it's going to be, I don't know exactly how he's going to do it, but it's going to be open. You're going to be able to get in whenever it's announced. It's going to be open for a long time, which is good, because we're going to have basically buy and burn for the whole cycle, right? It's not like, I've been saying, I said this before in one of my other videos. It's by design. It is by design that these things are coming out before they happen. You got Jake for Titan X if you're into Titan X. Shout out Titan X. I like Titan X a lot. He's coming out with Hyper. He says it's going to be before the halving. Now you got, Jack Levin saying it's coming out quarter 1, which is right before the halving. It's not by coincidence, guys. That's when things happen. That's when things pop off. It's at the halving when people want to come out with their products. They want to come out with their coins. They want to come out with their partnerships. And you bring the good news at the halving or right before the halving, at or around the halving, right? That's what you want, because that's when the bull run starts. That is when the bull run starts, guys. Not when it ends, right? A lot of people got their timing off. Your timing is way off. Okay, everything starts at the halving, and then we have a year plus of upside, guys. Year plus of upside, right? So, and then he also talked about inscriptions as well a little bit towards the end, being that, he said he stressed that it's important to move with the market. The tech should move with what the market wants. So, inscriptions is something new for this cycle. Why not have that part of your blockchain, right? And we're going to be the only one that's, incorporating inscriptions into the blockchain, into the layer 1 blockchain. So basically our layer 1 is going to be, different from the rest, right? We got inscriptions. That's the newest technology, think ordinals and all that, right? And people are going to want X1. And the only way to get X1 is to buy Zen off of the market and then burn it. If you don't think we're going to get 1,000X, you might got to think again. You might got to think again. Listen, 1,000X is on the way. The only way to get X1 is buy Zen off the market, pushing the price of Zen up, and then burning it out of existence, which is also good for tokenomics. Anyway, we got a 1,000X in Zen coming up, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the bell button. All crypto faceless. I remain faceless. I remain nameless. I'm out, guys. Take care.